Wait until somebody shows up, I guess, for those of you watching later. Just thought I'd do something today, because why not? So, got me a little snack here. I might wait. I don't know. Turn on my computer. Hey, what's going on, guys? Just sitting here. Just figured I'd do something. Kind of just a lazy day. What's going on, William? Figured I'd sit here and answer any questions you guys had, or if you want to tell me something, just kind of hang out. What's going on, Dakota? I'm gonna go open my door so that way my cats can come in. So that way, if they do want to join us, they can join us. But what's going on, Cameron? I always send you videos of Guppy. Are you talking about the one this morning? Guppy's my cat, for those of you all who don't know. Let's see if he comes in here. Oh, Allie's coming in. Oh, Guppy is in here. Okay, they're both in here. Come on. No, they still want to sniff around. Okay. There's Guppy. Oh, hey, buddy. This is Guppy. He's a pretty chill dude. Yeah, I know the one. That was this morning. He doesn't care. He's a good dude. I like him. Now, Allie, if she wants to, whenever she wants to come back in here, I'll tell you a story on Allie. The reason her name is Allie is because I found her under a Amtran 3800. It's like a ward-bodied Amtran with the teardrop windshield. Basically, when they just rebranded the wards to Amtrans. Pull a picture of it up here if I can find it. But I found her under a school bus, and I still lived at home at the time. So I had to come up with a name that my mom would like too, because she didn't like, International or Amtran or T444E, DT466, which is something that I would totally do. But so I named her Allison because the bus had an Allison transmission, I'm pretty sure. Here's a picture of the bus. Let's see if I can rotate this here. This is the bus I found her under. It's an old band bus from Wahama High School in Mason, West Virginia, though I found it at Point Pleasant High School in the same county. I never saw it again after that, so I assume they got rid of it shortly thereafter. I always saw that at band competitions and stuff, but that bus. But I found her under it and had to come up with something school bus related because, I found her under a school bus. So Allie is her name. See, am I still keeping 147? No, I've not made this kind of public on YouTube yet, but I'm selling 147. I've got one of my friends who may be interested out of Indiana, so kind of see how that goes. But he also told me if you can find somebody, he'll give you the money for it. Go ahead and sell it to them first. So yeah, I have a couple of videos that I have uploaded but not public yet. One of them being the video where I was going over everything that's wrong with it and, everything that's good about it. So that way you know exactly what you're buying if you want to buy it and how much I'm asking for it, how to get in contact with me, where the bus is at, all that stuff. Also, I have a video going over the reasons why I'm selling it. Main thing is insurance. Insurance got too expensive for me. So it is what it is. But let's see. There's a lot of stuff that I have down here in my drawers about 147. The only things I'm really going to keep from here probably are like the Bluebird conventional booklet and basically the handbooks and stuff that came with it, just because I want to keep that for myself. But there's a lot of service records. There's even a copy of the original title in here. Not the actual title, but a copy of it. So that's pretty cool. The one that Wood County was issued on July 25th, 2003, before the bus was even built. But yeah, there's a couple other like handbooks and stuff here that I'll be keeping as well. One for the driver's seat, one for the Allison transmission, which is what I named my cat after. Her middle name is MD3060, even though that bus did not have one. Radio warranty, which is funny because it was definitely out of warranty by the time they replaced it. But there's a decal here about how to operate the MD3060, and they even like wrote the bus number on each one of these. The MD3060 warranty book, how to use the original radio it had in it, DT466E manual, operations manual, the 3800 or 3000 operators manual, and let's see, I think that's it. But there's a bunch of service records and stuff here. I did not actually go show this off in the video. I just say there's a lot of stuff here. But every time this bus was serviced, they put it on, let's see if I can find them here. Yep. They put it on these cards. So you can see, first it's flip-flop, but the first time it got serviced was at 669 miles. And everything is here, including, let's see if I can find it. Got to dig for it here a little bit. Let's see, a little bit too far. Once I get done with this, I'll start answering other questions. But let's see. Yeah, right here. 108,163. It's flip-flops. You can barely read it, but it says overhaul motor. So the engine was rebuilt. That's how I know the engine was rebuilt in it. That was over half the mileage ago. And shoot, I should have looked at the date on that. But let's see. That was also on sometime around May 15th, 2011. The next time it was serviced was September, and then it was serviced a week after that, and then so September 13th, September 20th, October 11th, November 9th, December 14th, January 20th. They service this thing once a month. So I assume it took them about, 4 months to do the engine rebuild, or they just put it off or something. But the engine has been rebuilt in that bus, which is pretty neat. All right, now, let's see. Any updates on the buses? No, not really. I haven't really had much time to do anything with them. All right, Cameron, if you want to pay me the money for it, I don't care what you do with it. Will I be getting another bus to replace 147? Will I have just have 23? That's still something I'm deciding now. Just kind of have to see, because even when I sold 594, like, I kind of had that weight lifted off my shoulders of owning two buses, because owning one is enough of a headache. Owning two, it's a lot more fun than, it's a lot more fun than it is a chore, but also at the same time, it is a big responsibility. So I don't know yet. I have a couple things in mind, but we'll see. What bus am I selling? I'm selling 147. Do I still have the Freightliner Bluebird and the International Bluebird? Yes, I do, and the International is the one I'm selling. Favorite bus that I've owned so far? 23, definitely. Thank you, Elijah. This is my kind of office room. This isn't my actual bedroom. There's a bed back there, but this is like my guest bedroom / office. This is actually the master bedroom, but I don't need this much room for my bedroom, so I figured I'll do something more with it. I'll just, I saw a cat under me, but this is where all my collection stuff goes. It's like over there is my buses and stuff, but yeah, I figured I'd do all my nerdy stuff in here. You see Spider-Man picture in the background. Do I have a favorite bus driver since I was in high school? Well, I only had one main bus driver. I rode some transfer buses and like a bus to a daycare for a little while, but the bus driver that I had all throughout school, he's still on that route. He was on that route since like 1990, somewhere around there, 1989, 88. He's been on there for 30 plus years, so he's been on there longer than I've been alive. But I had him all throughout school, and we worked together at both jobs, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. He's been a great mentor to me, and I really like the guy, and just very glad to have him in my life. What if I get a Thomas FS65? Would that be cool? Yeah, I like Thomas FS65s. I'm not really in a rush to get one right now because I've already got a Bluebird FS65, and the Thomas FS65s that I really want probably won't be retired for another like 20 or not 20 years, 10 years or so, 5 to 10 years. And they are Ironton buses. So let's see. I'll pull up Flickr here, show you some Ironton buses because they are nice. They are spotless. If I can type. Iron Tom, Iron Toe, nope, Ironton. There we go. 384 photos in this album. Let's see, I'll go to some of my later pictures where they're actually better. My photography kind of evolved throughout time. My cats are going crazy. They got the zoomies. They just ate, so let's see. They still got a couple 3800s too, but let's see. I actually have a tour video of one of these buses on my channel. Back from 2016, I got a lot tour here. I doubt they'd remember me by this point, but I kind of want to reach back out to them. Now this one I'll just show off. It's pretty cool. But it is a 2004. This is the one I have the tour video of, but they converted it from a special needs bus to a regular ed bus. You see it has the wheelchair lift door here, but they put rubber rails over it and there's seats inside. So let's see. I'm trying to find some decent front pictures here. Like here's bus 7. They also have some Clark County schools, HDXs. They have 2 of them. I don't know what their Clark County numbers were, but they are buses 1 and 17 for Ironton. All these buses ended up going to Mike and B's and getting scrapped in this picture. I don't know. Maybe number 12 did. I'm not sure. I know 8, 6, and 9 were there whenever I was there in March of last year. I drove 9 around the bus lot. 8, I think I have a video tour of the same day I got a tour of 2. Here's a good shot of number 4. Kind of see the specs on here. Oop. Forgot this is, I can't turn this sideways, so won't let me stream sideways for whatever reason. But white roof, tinted windows, black window frames, air conditioning, luggage bays. I mean, these things are loaded and they are kept pristine. You could eat off the floors of one of these. They are so clean. But they did just get a new HDX. I don't have pictures of it. Brand new, number 6. Replaced the one of the Thomas Internationals that went to Mike and B's. Here's the one that I drove around a lot up there. 1990 with a 466 and a 5-speed manual. That thing was cool. Did a tour video of it, if you guys remember. I think I did a tour video of 6 too. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, there's the old 6. I like that one better than the new 6, but let's see. Sorry to just jump scare you like that with my face, but let's see. Scroll back up here. Rode on Thomas FS65 buses back in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I like Thomas FS65s. I don't think I've ever rode. Well, I've rode on one around Mike and B's. That's about it. I drove it later, and that's where I got my love for Freightliners in general, especially 3126s. Are you ever going to buy a C2 or a CE if I had the money to? Actually, kind of debating on one after I sell 147, but it wouldn't be. It's a 2006 Shorty with AC and a VT365, which is not necessarily ideal, but just something that I could take the seats out of, insure cheap, and kind kind of go to campgrounds and stuff on the weekends, but I doubt I'll actually go through with that one. How's it going, garbage mail trucks and buses of Boise, Idaho? How's it going? Would I ever buy a city bus? Probably not. What do I do when I'm at home? Sleep, watch TV, play on my computer, and most importantly, spend time with my cats. If you were to buy a bus, it'd be a Gillig low-floor city bus. That's all that my local transit authority has. They have Gillig advantages. I've visited Ironton a few times. Only once with, I don't want to say permission, but I asked to come in. They said, yeah. Well, Cameron, I rotated it and tried to do a horizontal live stream, but it said, you need to flip your phone. You need to flip your phone. You need to flip your phone. And I was like, oh, okay. What's my favorite model year for the C2? I really don't have much of a preference. Each model year, or like each kind of groups of model years have their own advantages and disadvantages. I like the looks of the new ones, and I am a big fan of the dash update. I've driven some of the trucks with the new dash, and they are heavenly. I love it. It is set up so much better than the old C2 dash. But I do like some of the older models for the engines and just, some of the old characteristics they had. Let's see. Did you think you buy a Cabell County bus? I had a Cabell County bus, 594. I wanted 681, so of course I always thought I'd own one. But all the Cabell County buses that I would want are gone now, so probably not. My dream car is a DeLorean DMC-12. I like DeLoreans a lot. I'm a very hardworking bus heritage. Well, thank you. I try. The reason I take a lot of pictures and videos and stuff is documentation and entertainment value. I really like being able to document stuff, and I've single-handedly documented probably 75% or more of West Virginia. Been to every bus lot, tried to get pictures of every bus I could there. But, there were ones that weren't there, or I need to go back because it was a couple years ago, so they've gotten buses since then. So I'd say probably about 80% of West Virginia is probably documented by me single-handedly. And that's the reason I did it, was to document, have fun, explore my state, and get my mind off of some personal things that were going on at the time. So, thank you, Austin. That means a lot. Our school district bought some 2024 C2s. We did too. We still haven't gotten them in yet. We got our 2024 HDXs back in October, and we still haven't seen the 4 C2s we ordered. What if I painted the bus 147 top of the hood black just like 23? I thought about it, but the reason why I didn't was because the paint on the hood was already in such good shape, and I really didn't want to ruin it because I'm not very good at painting. So I did not want to ruin that. And now I'm selling the bus, so it doesn't even matter anyways. The new owner, whoever buys it, if they want to do that, they can do it. I don't care. I actually have a model Bluebird International. It's eventually going to become 147, but I need to print some decals for it and probably do some work on that white roof. It's just vinyl. I could peel it off, but you can see it's not necessarily the most straight lines and such, so I need to redo parts of it, but good enough. Let's see. I'm going to go to my flicker here. Or somebody give me a month in the years of 2020 to 2024, just like, April 2022 or November 2020, whatever. And then I'll go through and see if I can find something. Actually, 2020 is fine. My pictures in 2020 are kind of scattered, but see if I can find anything interesting in those months. See if Allie will come in here. I like looking through my old pictures. seeing the buses that are no longer here and getting sad. But it really do be like that sometimes. Oh, there's a picture, $7.99 from 2020. Let's see. Yeah, Cameron, give us an update on them Pegasus buses. I've probably got like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, and then one that's been delivered to my brother's house, but I still haven't picked it up yet. So 5. I've had more in the past, but gotten rid of them and such. Right now I'm just scrolling through Flickr, see what's new. Nice. Monster truck buses are cool. What is my opinion on the electric C2s? I think they're neat, but at the same time, I'm not really the biggest fan of EV vehicles in general, especially school buses. I think it's a lot more feasible in a car. There's a company based out of Canada in British Columbia called Edison Motors that's doing electric semis, but the way they're doing it's a lot better. They're using a diesel engine basically as a generator, so that way you still have the fuel availability and power of a diesel. Well, not power, but fuel availability of a diesel with the power of a electric vehicle. So like the torque and the well, not I want to say the range. The range is a little bit better than a normal diesel vehicle too, because the engine's spinning at one constant RPM and is burning more efficiently too. Did I see Noah's video on the CE? Yeah, I was there, not there with him, but like, you know, he's keeping me updated on the whole process through the buying process. So I knew about it for a while. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, it is kind of like a hybrid, but it's not, the diesel's not powering the axles, it's powering a generator that charges the batteries, which then drive the motors for the axles. Does that make sense? So I don't know if it'd be the same thing, but yeah, it's kind of basically like a hybrid. My opinion on CNG buses. Not a fan of those either. I think diesel or gas is going to be your best way to go. See, TC2000 or Vision? I would take a TC2000. I love the TCs. Visions are neat, though. Ugliest school bus to ever exist. Oof. There have been some ugly ones out there. The first one, of course, comes to mind because of Cameron's Starcraft Dodge. That one is pretty ugly. I don't really care for the Green Power Beast design. I mean, I think it's great they're bringing industry to West Virginia because, you know, that's where I live. I just don't think that West Virginia is quite the right place to bring green power, but I'll get into that another time. The Wayne Papoose, it's ugly, but I like it. You don't see very many of those. They didn't make very many of them at all, but there are plenty of ugly school buses. I'm not going to give a tour of my house here because, I don't know, just not something I'm really comfortable with doing. You know, I know people do that on YouTube, but I don't get a whole lot into my personal life on here, and I intend to keep it that way. I'm going to go see if I can find Allie. So you guys, Let's see. Try and find a better spot to put this. Is that a better background for you all to look at? Yeah, we'll do that. But I'm going to go try and find Allie and see if I can get her here in the video. Oh. All right. This is Allie. This is the one I found under a school bus. She is the perfect cat. She does not cause any trouble. She's really chill, as you can tell. This is Allison MD 3060. She's a little chunky, but I'm putting her on a weight loss plan. Not feeding her as much of the junk food. But let's see. Rode on one of the Bluebird TC2000 short handicap buses back in Montgomery, Alabama. Nice. I drove one around a lot of Mike and B's. It was a nice bus. It was a full size, like 90 passenger, but pretty cool. Transtechs are kind of ugly. I do like some of their design choices, like the full window rear door. I like that. I think it's kind of neat, but they are kind of ugly. Nice. I've got two cats as well. I don't know if you're here to see the first one. I don't know where he went, but here's Allie. She's pretty chill. Pretty laid back. Just a cuddly cat. Doesn't cause much trouble. Just hangs out. Nicest bus I've driven. Ooh, that is a good question. One thing I will give the Green Power Beast is that it does drive very nice. Of course, I only drove it around the parking lot, so I got it maybe up to 15 miles an hour. But that is the sharpest cutting bus I've ever driven. It rode really nice. That thing will turn on a dime. I've never seen anything like that in a school bus. But as much as I really don't care for HDXs, they are kind of nice. I like our All-Americans better, though. I think those were nicer. Crown Super Coach is pretty nice, but I was also very inexperienced when I drove that, and that was going on 6 years ago, so don't have a whole lot of memory of that. But let's see. A lot of these are transits. I prefer conventionals, which is interesting, but trying to think. Yeah, I guess those would be the ones that come to mind first. That question has not been asked before. How do I feel about the new third generation CEs? I like them a lot. I'd say me and Noah were talking about this the other day. He said 75% hate, 25% love, and I told him I'm the opposite. I'm probably 25% hate, 75% love, because I've driven the new MV trucks and I've driven the LT semis, which have that, I think they call it the wing dash, kind of the dash that wraps around a little bit. Setup is a little bit weird for a school bus, like parking brake location is kind of weird, but I am a fan of the new International trucks. I think they look good. I'm glad that CE is finally getting an update after 20 years. But yeah, I like them. I think they could have done a little bit better with certain things, but at the same time, everybody could. Do I wish that my district had CEs? Yeah, I really like driving CEs. I prefer them over C2s. I would rather have a CE on my route than a C2, but that's all we've got is C2s and HDXs now. Two Bluebird Internationals that are not for school use anymore. One of them being 685, which I did the video on not long ago, and the other one being 687, which is a sister to it and does not have AC. But we use that in the summer times to paint the shelters at some of the bus stops. Some of our bus stops have shelters that the school district built for the kids, and we use that bus in the summers to go around and paint them and replace boards and stuff. So yeah, it's absolutely trashed inside and out, covered in paint, red paint. So maybe I'll do a video on that one at some point. They keep it locked, so I can't really go inside. Honestly, one of the best school bus designs 21st century. I say that even as a Thomas Bus fan. Yeah, I think the CE, the second generation CE, was a very, very well designed bus for the most part. That is the most comfortable bus I've ever driven, was a second generation CE. I really, I really like the setup. I've never driven one on a route. I just drove one on the interstate and drove one around a lot at Mike and B's, but uh, I really enjoyed it. Uh, I think the third generation CE will be. I don't know if it'll be an improvement, but it's a welcome change. That's the way I'll put it. Have I seen the new IC buses? I've seen pictures, but I haven't seen one in person yet. So I guess I can't really form an educated opinion on one until I've seen one and driven one. I'll never get to drive one on its intended purpose, I'm sure, but I guess we'll find out. I still plan to work for Cabell County, so and I doubt we'll ever get one. Just like we never got a second gen CE. Have I ever driven or ridden a Carpenter Crown Freightliner? Nope, I have not driven one or ridden on one. I've been on a couple, but or at least one. I think only one. See, yeah, Mingo County, that's pretty much all they've got is CEs and REs. They've got the two FEs that are retired, but yeah, that's pretty much all they've got. Uh, the new CE does have a smaller door. I think it's like 4 inches smaller, which 4 inches is a lot, but when you're talking about entrance doors, I guess it's not a whole lot. I know that Noah's not very happy about the smaller entrance doors. I really did like the big doors on the CE, though, the second gen. What is my opinion on Kentucky spec buses? I think they're neat. They're unique. They're not my favorite, but I think they're neat to see. I live pretty close to Kentucky, so I see them somewhat often. I live right there in the tri-state area of West Virginia, Kentucky, and Ohio. If I were to buy a school bus, I would buy a used Thomas Minotaur from Acme Bus Corp. Yeah, I mean, I think Thomas Minotaurs are neat. And don't worry about grammatical uh, mistakes, Elijah. I make them all the time. Whether it's in my speaking or in my writing, I make them all the time. Hello from Indiana. Hello from West Virginia. Let's see. See if I can get on here. And some of the nicest CEs I've ever seen were actually from Indiana. See, it would have been March of last year. No, it would have been April. That's right, because Mid America Truck Show was a week later. It's actually in the Louisville area. There's New Albany Floyd County School Corporation. Or I guess just county schools. But yeah, I really don't think the 4 inches will make much of a difference either. Whenever it comes to entry doors. But here's one of the. Sorry, my desk is kind of messy, but here's one of the CEs I saw there. Let's see if I can find a better picture here. So you can see it's got the black window posts. The only things I would add are a second stop arm, warning light visors, and if I didn't have to worry about state specs, I'd probably add the driver alert sign there on the back too, which is that big, almost octagonal sign that says like whenever you hit the brakes, it says like caution stopping, and then whenever the red lights are flashing, it flashes do not pass. But let's see. Put this away so I don't jump scare you again. Let's see. Did the tire spin while you were backing up the bus 23? I don't think so. No, it did pretty good in the snow. I was kind of surprised. I only had the automatic change working on one side because whenever I brought it home, when I bought it back in 2021, the automatic change broke on one side. So there's a picture here somewhere. See if I can find it. Pretty neat comparison, speaking of 23 and when I brought it home. This is, let's see, June of 2021. That's what the bus looked like the day I picked it up. That's actually at the Barber County bus lot before I drove it home. And there's what it looked like this time last year. And now, of course, it's got the new hood on it. That's about the only thing that's changed outside, but this is the shirt from my high school. So we were the Highlanders. I went to Huntington High. So I know if you look up Cabell County schools, high schools, and you see one that says Highlanders, you're going to see Huntington High. So that's where I went. Kind of surprised nobody's asked me about this specifically yet. I guess I could kind of answer a question from before with this. Somebody asked if I was going to be getting something else to replace 147. I said, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Basically, my main thing that I want is a mechanical 466, especially like a Bluebird S series. So there's one that I've been told about that I'm kind of waiting on it to be sold. So we'll see how much that goes for when they sell it, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I guess I'll just kind of have to see how that goes. But I'd like to get a mechanical 466 again. Yes, that was bus 23 before and after. But basically, I'd like a Bluebird S series with a 466, preferably a 5-speed manual. But then again, I've already got a 5-speed manual, and one of the reasons I have buses is to share them with my friends. Let them drive them, and everybody's scared to drive 23 because nobody knows how to drive stick. And so I guess an automatic bus would be okay because everybody can drive the automatic. They're not scared to drive that one. Yeah, you have to be 21 to drive a school bus in most states too, so that kind of doesn't surprise me. Insurance on 147 is getting to be too much. It doubled on me, so it's not. I can't find another cost-effective way to keep it. Can't find anybody to insure it more or insure it for less, and there's just no other way that I can really keep it. I thought about selling it for a while, anyways. I've heard of Hazard, Kentucky. I don't think that's too far from me. Hold on. Let me see. I'm based out of the Huntington area, so I've heard of Hazard before. Yeah, you're only about 2.5 hours from me, so that's not bad. I do that all the time. Don't worry. Let's see, Flickr. Oh, goodness gracious. First thing that comes up is one of Peter's pictures of a bus that was in an accident. That is intense. Wow. Yes, Peter's been down there before, so go through some of his pictures. I like that one. Probably, I don't know, probably not in service anymore, but even when that picture was taken. But I do like Bluebird Freightliners quite a bit. I have a soft spot for them. There's the one that was wrecked. Oof. Do you know if that wrecked one is still down there? I'd like to get pictures of that one. But there's an older Bluebird International, 3800 of some sort. Yeah, Thomas Freightliners. There's that wrecked one again. Wow. They've still got some oldies around. Well, back in 2020. But still. I like seeing the older buses. Let's see if he's got, yeah. Yeah, city bus would be a good way to get your air brake and passenger endorsements, that's for sure. Yeah, doesn't look like he's been down there since 2020, so those are the closest I've got now. But he does have some pictures of some old Perry County buses. I don't know what body manufacturer that would be. Wow, an old International R185. That's old. That's a Wayne Ford of some sort. I think. Is that a Wayne? I think. I'm not too knowledgeable on the stuff that's older like that. But my knowledge starts about late 60s, early 70s. And I could tell you then, but anything before that I kind of have some trouble with. Let's see. Flickr. Oh, nice. I got a cat that's meowing somewhere. Got messages from a group chat going off too. Let's see. I have videos of city buses from where I live on my YouTube channel. Good. That's a good good way to express your hobbies. I do it, I don't want to say for a living. I do make money from this, but not a whole lot. Not enough to survive. I make enough to pay storage on the buses, and that's about it. Like the Bluebird All-American school bus from my school district. I like school buses, which is true, but I like Bluebird All-Americans. They are definitely my favorite transit to drive. I know the Green Power was the one that came into my mind first earlier, but that's just because I was talking about it. But yeah, I like the All-Americans quite a bit. What's up, Elijah? That's what we're here for, is questions and answers. What was that buzzing sound? That's my phone going off. It's the group chats and stuff. But yeah, just notifications from my phone's all that is. I've got the phone sitting on my printer right now. So how many electric buses does your district have? I was about to say 0, but no, we've actually got one. I'll show you a picture of it. I keep forgetting this thing exists because we've had it since mid-December. Still hasn't seen a route yet. They've had the route picked out for it since before we even got it, but haven't been able to put it on the road yet because it's keeps having problems. So, of course, us being in West Virginia, the state actually bought us a Green Power Nano Beast, and whenever they finally park it outside somewhere, I will try to get a video of it. But yeah, it's neat, I guess. Everybody's going to have their own opinions on things, and it's a bus, that's for sure. That's all I'll say, because I don't want to get in too much trouble. Well, I won't get in trouble. I just don't want to step on too many toes. Just say I'm not quite a fan yet. I'm not convinced. But let's see. Sorry, jump scare you again. I kind of had to hold the phone like this so I could put it there at my computer. Let's see. Is my printer color or black and white? It is color, and that is how I actually do the decals for my bus models. I got a printer that can print on decal paper. So there's my decal paper. But it's an inkjet. I forgot what the name of it was, but it's right there. That's what I was looking at. But it's an inkjet printer, and I can print color decals, which most of them are black and white anyways, but I can print color decals and put decals on my buses. If you saw my 1/53rd scale video, that is how I did a lot of the custom decals on the ones with like actual Thomas logos or Bluebird logos, the factory fonts and stuff. Yeah, it definitely doesn't fit in with our Thomas fleet. 862 does not fit in with our Thomas fleet. Boone County has a few electric buses. Yeah, I actually saw those at the dealer before they put lettering on them. So I think they got 3 electric buses. I have a buddy that lives down there. He told me, or maybe he showed me a picture, or I saw the news story or something where they were numbered like E1, E2, and E3. But yeah, I saw them there at the dealer before. So these are their electric buses. Of course, you can see no lettering or anything on them. The way I figured that out was right there. If you see that number written 543, 233, if you go on Vantage, you'll see you put an F in front of it because that is the designation for Fort Valley. Back in the day, they had a lot of different plants. Like F was Fort Valley, L was Lafayette, M was Mount Pleasant, B was Brantford, Ontario. So that's how they designated the different plants where the buses were from. But F, what was it, 543, 233? Yeah. 543, 233. Boone County Schools. And it'll tell you a bunch of different information on it. If you have a Bluebird, actually 23 is this way too. They even do it back to that far. But wiring schematics, unit details, they have a lot of stuff you can look at here. It even has the VIN and the build date, delivery date. I got this picture on December 9th, and it was actually delivered to the dealer 2 days before that. So that's pretty cool. Fuel type, electric. Warranty start date, February 8th of this year. So I guess that's when they deliver them to Boone County. But let's see. Do I like the newer Bluebird Visions? I'm not a fan of the roof cap. I like the older roof cap better. I know I wasn't a fan of the whole plastic inserts whenever the 2022s, like late 2022s came out, but I still like that a lot better than the T3 roof cap on the Visions. Yes, Bluebirds do have Ford engines for they have the 7.3 for the gas, and I think the propane engines too, and then Cummins for diesel. Yep. And then the Thomases for electric have like Proterra something, and I saw somewhere that Proterra closed down, so I don't know what they're going to do with the Julie after that, but let's see. Let's see. Are you a fan of the new 2024 CE? I think you're talking about the 3rd gen. Yeah, it's all right. I'd say probably about 75% love, 25% hate. Let's see. They can be electric, propane, and CNG powered. Yes, and also diesel. But well, the C2, not the CE. I was looking at Elijah's comment there. The new CEs are only diesel and electric, but yeah, we talked about the 3rd gen a little earlier. I like them. Driven the trucks, both dash setups. They don't do the wing dash or like the wraparound dash in the MV trucks, which is what it's based off of. They do it in the LT semis. I've driven both, so they're neat. I like them. Let's see. The new generation CEs, yeah, Ran by 2 fuels, electric and diesel. Do I like anime? I've watched a couple of them. They're not bad. I I'm not like super into it like some people are, but you know, I don't have a problem with it. It's neat. Need to catch up on some of the old Transformers animes because, as you can see, I'm a huge Transformers geek, and that's why I put the Autobot logos on 147. But they had a couple in the early 2000s I still haven't watched yet, so maybe I should get around to that at some point. Mhm. There are a lot of people blowing up my phone right now, huh? Amtran GMC. Oh, you mean like the C60s? Because after that, the CV200 design was only for Bluebird, unless it was a rebody. Electric Proterra city buses. I don't know anything about them, so I guess don't really have much of an opinion on those. Let's see. Even then, I think with the Amtran GMC, there's no such thing unless it's a Type A. It'd be a Ward, which you can call it Amtran if you want. There's a story behind that I know Cameron knows, but come here, Allie. Maybe. Here. Yeah, she just wants to rub against the bed over there and walk right back out. I guess she doesn't like being on the live stream. Let's see. See if I can find anything that we can go over here. Oh, there she is. Oh. Chunky. I'm going to get covered in cat hair because it's shedding season. But I don't mind. I just cleaned up a bunch of cat hair today. That's just from me petting her. Already starting to, yeah. Elijah says hi. Yeah, she's purring kind of quietly, but she's purring. She likes to have her tummy rubbed, which is not common for cats. But she's a melter. She just kind of melts in your arms. Kind of like if you hold a piece of chocolate for too long. Enjoying life. Full tummy, clean litter box. Getting some affection. She's living it up. Oh yeah, I'd say she's friendly. Both my cats around new people are kind of, they don't like new people very well. They just kind of go and hide. But once you spend a couple days around them, yeah, they warm up pretty quick. Out of my two cats, I'd say Guppy is friendlier, but once she sees you're not a threat, she loves you. So she's a lover, not a fighter. Very laid back, chill cat. I'm just watching her there in the bottom corner. Hope you guys can see her because I can. Yeah, I had a fish as my first pet. It was a little bottom feeding sucker fish. I was 4. I named him Leaf. And then one day, because we had him in the same tank as my sister's goldfish, so I walk in my sister's room to check on my fish, and Leaf was nothing but a skeleton anymore, and it traumatized me. So, yeah, that's how I learned about death. And one of the ways I learned about death was through my sucker fish named Leaf. We buried him under the tire swing. I've had fish, I've had cats, dogs, hamsters, gerbils. I think it's it. Let's see. I'm trying to turn my notifications off or just put it on vibrate. See if that helps. What's my favorite food? I don't know. I like a lot of different foods. Burgers are pretty good. I like burgers. Probably let this stream hit about an hour, and then I'll go ahead and cut it off. We're at 57 minutes now, so I'll let it go for about another 3 minutes. If nothing happens, if we don't get on like a tangent or a conversation of some sort, then I'll go ahead and cut it off there. But let's see. I don't know what she's getting herself into. I don't know if you guys heard her meow, but yeah, she's just over there chilling. I want to look at my YouTube analytics. I was just looking at my Flickr stuff, lifetime, Flickr pictures. Like the lifetime of my account, and it said I had 5.6 million views. Yeah, I'll think about drive or do another video of 23 driving. It's just whenever I feel like it and whenever I get time, which I don't have a whole lot of time anymore. I would like to do a video with the new hood on it though, driving that POV. Let's see. How's it going, that one bus guy 25? Joining a little later here. I'm about to switch this off, but if you got any questions, go ahead and put them there. 685, as far as I know, has not been auctioned yet, so I have not gotten the chance to buy it. I probably won't buy it because, like I said, about 147, I'm afraid the insurance might be a lot. Although if I do the whole seat removal and turn it into like a cruising bus, then like a camping bus, and maybe it won't be as much. But my day's not going too bad. Just been at home mainly. Not doing a whole lot. Woke up, ate, went back to sleep, laid in bed with my cats. That's about it. Let's see. Lifetime. I have 3.3 million views on YouTube. Wow, I didn't think I had that much. I'm not in the area where the eclipse is going to be coming through, so I'm not really worried too much about it. I think we might get like a partial eclipse here, but yeah, I mean, it's neat. We had Total Eclipse whenever I was in high school, and I got to watch that. So, yeah, pretty cool. It is very neat to watch whenever you do get to watch it if you're right there within its path. But hmm. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Let's see. Oh yeah, some international buses have T444E engines. Yes, a lot of them do. It's a good motor. I like them. Yeah, Fostoria's old 5 was scrapped. I think that's the old All American, isn't it? The one that ended up at Mike and B's. If that's the same bus I'm thinking of, I did drive that around the bus lot down there. It's nice. Yep, I drove that around the lot at Mike and B's. I liked it. But I am going to go ahead and cut this off here. I appreciate you all joining, and glad we could do a live stream and get some of your questions answered if you had any of them. If not, thanks for coming around and hanging out. And yeah, have a good rest of your day, guys. See if I can forget how to do this sometimes, but have a good rest of your day.